Boom! For 6 long years, Germany, Italy, and Japan had started a war against U.S., France, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union fought against them. Millions had died and millions more would die if nothing happened. This was the biggest issue with nothing in its path. Would the pain ever end? This was one of the biggest things to happen across the world ever. World War II was from 1939 to 1945. There was predicted 50 to 80 million people dead. About 60 million died in the Holocaust alone. The Holocaust is where Germany's leader Adolf Hitler rounded up most of the Jewish people in Germany and surrounding countries and killed them at concentration camps. During World War II, there was a three-way race to build the most powerful weapon ever, the atomic bomb. The three countries were the U.S., Great Britain, Soviet Union, and Germany, which is nowadays Russia. The bomb could incinerate entire cities and end the war. The bomb would take years to design. The math, doing some of the tests, and the actual building. Some of the tests were testing the math, making prototypes, and having actual test bomb to see the results of upcoming devastation. Otto Hahn discovered that you could split a uranium atom. Otto Hahn was a physicist that helped discover different things like splitting a uranium atom for building the atomic bombs. This was important in creating and building process of the atomic bombs. Hahn also discovered fission with scientists such as Otto Frisch and Lise Meitner. Fission is when an atom splits and neutrons shoot out. This causes a small amount of energy and more neutrons fly off, and this causes more fission. This is an essential part in building an atomic bomb. As Lise Meitner said, if you really do form two such fragments, they would be pushed apart with great energy. After Hahn and his colleagues discovered this, Hitler put him in charge of Germany's atomic bomb project. This would make the chain reaction of the explosion much faster. When the United States found Germany is working on the atomic bomb, the U.S. rushed to have the race to win the war. This meant no matter what the costs are, the U.S. risked everything to win the war. For this big project, the military advisor spies were a big deal. Robert Oppenheimer in charge of the project. Private information Robert Oppenheimer is an American physicist that teaches at the University of California, Berkeley. The Soviet Union, what Albert Einstein said in one of his second letters to President Roosevelt was the truth. Fuchs is one of the physicists working on the atomic bomb project, has intensified in Germany. Manhattan Project. I have now learned that research there is being done to carry it out. In a conversation with Leslie Groves, here he studies General and teaches how atoms work, so therefore he makes a perfect candidate gave Somerville the confidence to try and end the war. If you do the job right, it will win the war. Gunnarsson's team flew down on the mountains of Norway to spy on the Germans' heavy water plant. They had to carry two 70-pound crates. Each had only 30 days' worth of food. The Gunnarsson's team also flew into Norway to destroy the Vemork heavy water plant. The team made a bomb that looked like a snake, lit the fuse, and then ran. Knut Haukelid and Arne Kjellstrup wrote in Morse code back to a base in London that wrote, "High concentration installation at Vemork completely destroyed. Night of 27/28. Gunnerside has gone to Sweden." This was good news because Vemork is where the Germans got their heavy water for their atomic bomb project. This slowed down the process of the German bomb.
When physicists were flown out or driven out to Los Alamos, New Mexico, the physicists were struggling to see why they were being driven or flown out to a deserted New Mexico City. One of the physicists found out what they were working at, and the madness for the most powerful weapon had started on the other side of the world. Robert Oppenheimer and his assistant, Robert Serber, had a meeting to talk about how the bomb would be and how it is made. Oppenheimer started the meeting with this: "The object of the project is to produce a practical military weapon in the form of a bomb in which the energy is released by a fast neutron chain reaction. This means the bomb is wanted to be massive, fast explosion and able to fit in a plane. First, they needed German physicists to help on the bomb and tell information about the German bomb. This person was Werner Heisenberg. That is when Major Robert Furman took action. In a talk with one of the most fearless guys in World War II, he asked Colonel Eifler, "Do you think you can kidnap this man and bring him to us?" This was big because the U.S. learned about the German bomb in the stage it was at. The physicist and manager Robert Oppenheimer predicted at full force the bomb would produce 10,000 tons of pressure. The production for the building of the bomb began in 1942. The atomic bomb was one of the most secured secrets ever. It was like a journal locked in a safe, which was in a vault, and no way to open the vault. The physicists that were building the bomb had to lie to their own families so no one would know that the U.S. was building an atomic bomb. The physicists also had to be given secret names and identities, so if the German soldiers found them and would capture them, the Germans wouldn't know they were physicists or were working on the atomic bomb. This was important because the atomic bomb could end the World War if dropped on the right city or country. As the atomic bomb was nearly complete, the Germans and Japanese became more fierce. In Los Alamos, the bomb was nearly finished. There is no doubt the implosion method is a great deal of interest in Igor Kurchatov, leader for the Soviet Union, in making the Soviet Union's atomic bomb. In a few months, the test bomb will explode to see if the atomic bombs would work. The bomb was to be tested in June of 1945. The test was a success. When the test bomb exploded, the bomb had a force of over 20,000 tons. The bomb could be seen from 450 miles away in Texas. They knew the war would be over very soon. As Joseph Stalin said after hearing about the atomic bomb, "Glad to hear it. I hope you make good use of this one on the Japanese." On August 6th, the little boy was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. Everyone within 1,000 yards was instantly vaporized. The government officials said Japan should surrender, but the war officials said they should give a fight and not surrender. And then on August 9th, 1945, Fat Man was dropped on Nagasaki. 70,000 of the 76,000 of the buildings were destroyed in the bombing. That is when Japan finally surrendered. World War II was finally over. And then in 1954, the U.S. made another atomic bomb to see if it was needed for the Cold War. One test of the bomb had a pressure of 15 megatons. The Soviet Union came back, however, and made a 50 megaton bomb. As the war ended, millions had died.